What does it look like to love a community rather than to leave it?
She saved my life.
The people here, they care.
Keep breathing, never get enough. Keep fighting and never give it up.
Someone cared enough to help them get better.
Dream alive.
My hope for Milwaukee is that we come together as one.
Milwaukee, I love you.
Good morning and welcome to Positively Milwaukee. Many of the difference makers in our community began as volunteers, and that's the case for a graduate from Marquette University who discovered the rich rewards of serving others. It's a nonstop job hauling and sorting donated food to go to needy families. This delivery is taking place at the Despensa de la Paz Pantry on Milwaukee's south side. It's run by Frieden's Pantries. And this is a lot of work.
Oh, this is, the food does not walk itself out the door, no.
Sofia Torrejos began as a volunteer, but she now oversees the operation at Frieden's.
I started as a volunteer 7 years ago, breaking down boxes and stocking shelves, and here I am today as the executive director. But it's been a journey, and I've been really committed to this work and excited to be here.
And as we see in this video shared with us by Frieden's, volunteers take their role seriously.
Try to dispense some joy. Dispense joy, yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
I feel other people and I feel what they're going through, you know. I can feel when people are hurting, feel when they're sick, and I like lifting people's spirits.
And it's amazing the same labor-intensive drill happens with only a handful of people working hard to get food ready for vulnerable families.
It's really a lot of logistics involved. Imagine how much goes into running a grocery store. You have to make sure the food is safe and healthy. Providing balanced meals is so important.
And there's a lot of emphasis on healthy and fresh food. There's even a hydroponics area here where fresh herbs and vegetables are grown.
Frieden's has been building relationships through food for over 40 years. So we have the know-how to really get those resources out the door, but we also have the hearts to treat people with compassion, dignity, and respect, and ultimately, I think, create experiences for people that are restorative and trauma-informed and really healing.
Torrejos admits running food pantries poses a lot of challenges.
So our organization, on an annual basis, we're moving over 1 million pounds of food. We're serving over 30,000 people. We're providing food education, food rescue, where we're taking food from grocery stores and bringing it back to the pantry. We're growing food on site. We're doing a lot of stuff, and we do it all with a small and mighty team.
But she says this would not be possible without volunteers and a strong community base.
The support that we receive from our community partners is essential. We really could not do this without them. All of the food that people donate, the time that they donate, the dollars that they donate, it's really a community effort.
And improving the lives of the food insecure in our area is rewarding.
I have learned an incredible amount, but I do think it's really satisfying to know that I can be a part of this work, and folks at home can be a part of this work as well.
And at that pantry, there is even a garden. We'll have more information on TMJ4.com. Sometimes the best medicine is just a hot homemade meal. Charles Benson has more on the leaders of Lasagna Love, how they're feeding the community with no strings attached.
I have found that the secret to the most delicious lasagna is my homemade sauce.
Andrea Huberty is a lasagna expert. At this point, she doesn't even need to measure.
I can make a lasagna in my sleep now.
That's because Andrea works with Lasagna Love, a national organization helping pair volunteer cooks with families who need a hearty meal.
We will make a lasagna for anyone who asks. You know, if it's a financial need, if it's an emotional need, if it's just, I just need a break.
Every week, Andrea makes at least one lasagna for a family in our area.
Now is the cheese, which is the best part.
Or is it Andrea's selfless commitment to delivering meals all over Milwaukee County? She says she just feels grateful to have kept her job and stability during the pandemic.
I know that that is not the norm in our community, and anything that I can do to help and give back is something I really love doing.
She knows during tough times it can be hard to stay positive, if you're hungry.
Imagine just coming home and just having somebody just bring you, this delicious home-cooked meal that they made just as a gift to somebody in their community because they want to help somebody.
But the meal alone isn't enough for Andrea.
I put a signature heart on it.
She wants people to know this lasagna was made with love.
Being able to help somebody in our community, no matter what the reason, is just really something that I think our community needs more of.
Oh, don't you feel hungry right now? Now, Lasagna Love always looking for volunteer chefs, and they're always taking on new clients to help with the cooking. If you are interested, we have more information at tmj4.com. Don't go away. We have a cuddly pet that is looking for a forever home. Plus, you may have seen this home on Humboldt Boulevard, but you might not know the story. We have it for you just ahead. Welcome back. If you have ever driven around the Riverwest neighborhood of Milwaukee, you may have seen this house. James Groh gives us a behind-the-scenes look at the car house on Humboldt Boulevard.
Everyone knows this house. You mentioned the house with the buried cars in the front yard, and everyone knows our house.
This is one of the most iconic homes in Milwaukee. It's the car house in Riverwest. It got the name because, well, there are 2 chopped up Cadillacs, half a VW Bug, and a Ford Model T in this yard on Humboldt Boulevard. It all happened by accident, though. We travel back to July 1998. Tony Balistreri, who owns the home with his husband David, mentioned to his friend he needed to get rid of this old Cadillac.
And I said, yeah, I'd like to cut it up and stick it in my front yard. And he says, well, where'd you cut it? I said, I'd probably cut it right across the roof. And he reached in his truck and he grabbed a big saw and he said, and he cut right across the roof.
And then that night, the excitement of the neighborhood, we had cars actually backed up here looking at the thing.
It was forced on me. I had to do something. God wanted it here. It seems to be doing just fine.
That was just the beginning. One day while the two were driving, Tony spotted a VW Bug on the side of the road and he just had to buy it. Another day, he stumbled upon the Ford Model T. Of course, he bought it. And so, an icon was born.
Yeah, I thought that this is crazy, but you know what? Crazy is okay. You know what? We need crazy in this world.
People with their whole families out there yearly that come by every year on their yearly outing. They go here, the boathouse, the lakefront.
Then there are the statues. They didn't even buy those. They were given to them. It's been 24 years since the Cadillac was put into the ground. So what's the future of this home look like?
I'm pretty set. I would like a sign right over here somewhere that says lot full. I don't think I have room for another car.
Eventually, they won't live here anymore, but their legacy will persist.
I guess it's kind of nice to know that maybe 25, 50 years from now when people are sitting around having a family reunion and pulling out old pictures or something like that, someone's going to say, oh, I remember that house. Look at the house with the cars on the east side.
You drive by it and it is unforgettable, but a lot of people would love to drive some of those old cars. They are fun to look at. Well, all of us deserve a second chance, and the Milwaukee House of Corrections is making sure former inmates get one. Jessica Maduker shows us how a new outfit plays a huge role.
Among the many doors inmates walk through at the Milwaukee Secure Detention Facility, this is one of hope.
Sometimes folks do walk in here at rock bottom.
With nowhere to go but up. After they're released, they're able to walk into this closet to pick out clothes to wear for future job interviews.
They don't have anything but the clothes on their back.
The House of Correction works with Suits for Success, an Illinois-based nonprofit that donates gently used business wear for parolees. Deputy Christopher Stevens has seen firsthand how simply just seeing men and women put on a blazer empowers individuals to step out into the world.
I think it's something they come in here thinking they're going to get. They don't expect it. But when it's offered to them, they take it. And the smile on their face makes it worth it.
Those who have been formerly incarcerated have the opportunity to receive an education and a job after serving time through the program called Windows to Work.
We'll outfit them with a suit or two, and when they release, they're a whole different person.
Racks of apparel with the power to shape a future. In the last year since they started this program, they've helped over 200 individuals dress for success.
Our hopes is they succeed and they don't come back here. We'll give them the tools and we hope that they take advantage of those tools and they're better employable and they can move forward with their lives.
Great program. Now, if you'd like to help those former inmates out, the House of Correction is accepting donations. We do have a link at tmj4.com. A celebration of cultures from all over the world. Bruce Harrison gives us an inside look at how students learned about diversity at the Milwaukee Public Schools World Fair.
Milwaukee Public Schools hopes this day is just the beginning of many students' international careers.
I was learning about things I didn't know from cultures. I see all these amazing people with their outfits.
Shania Bailey presented on China.
The dress is called Ching Sam, and it was made in China, and you can wear this basically at events.
The Mps World Fair, a mini UN General Assembly of sorts, is part of the United Nations Schools of International Learning. It's an MPS program that's been around for 5 years for 4th through 8th graders. Nearly 3,000 students from 14 of the most diverse schools in the district presenting this year on 193 countries. MPS canceled the fair in 2019 and 20 over the pandemic.
The excitement is in the air. You can see the children in their wonderful light blue t-shirts running all around with their passport cards.
Passports that take them around the world to explore various cultures, economies, and governments. Many kids don't have the chance outside this arena.
Just a tremendous program to help them become world citizens, which they do in fact.
Annette Robertson co-founded the UN project at MPS. She hopes the kids continue their studies of the United Nations beyond 8th grade.
It's opened their eyes, it's broadened them to really value their education and value the UN and value countries around the world and value what's happening in Ukraine.
For Shania, it was a chance to learn a new culture and find new confidence in the unfamiliar.
I was a little nervous, but at the same time, everybody was like motivating me to go on stage. And I feel like today it was really a lot of experience.
Great lesson plan. Hopefully this helps students understand other countries and cultures and teaches them to respect them as well. Looking and feeling good can give you more confidence. Coming up after the break, you're going to meet some students who got new looks for free. But first, our Positively Milwaukee Pet of the Week.
Hi, I'm Johanna with HAWS, the Humane Animal Welfare Society of Waukesha, and today I'm bringing you a Positively Milwaukee pet, and my friend Bailey is going to introduce him. His name is Cooper, and he is a cute little dog.
Cooper is a 2-year-old mixed breed. He would do best in a family with potentially another dog. He's good with all ages of kids. He does have some male selectivity, so like introductions are important. He's super lovely and energetic and is looking for a really nice home.
This is the 3rd year that Carroll University and HAWS have teamed up to pair students in Carroll's Animal Behavior Program with foster dogs from HAWS. As part of the Advanced Skills in Canine Management and Training course, the adoptable dogs live with students for the entire semester. This unique partnership offers shelter dogs awaiting their adoptive homes the opportunity to leave the shelter setting while simultaneously developing real-world skills in future animal behavior professionals. If you are interested in finding out more information about Cooper or any of the other pets we have here for adoption at HAWS, please go to our website at hawspets.org or give us a call at 262-542-8851 to find out who we have here that's Positively Milwaukee.
Welcome back. Sometimes a fresh haircut is all you need to feel better about yourself. Taylor Lumpkin met with some students in Racine who got a confidence boost for free.
With every haircut, trim, and shape-up, students at Julian Thomas Elementary School were gaining confidence by the second.
It looks super cool.
How do you think you look?
I look nice.
Recently, the elementary school teamed up with the United Way of Racine County, along with stylists and barbers from Gateway Technical College, to offer free haircuts for students. The idea came after staff had noticed there was a need to provide access to hygiene products and hair care to some children.
I think hair plays a big role in everybody's self-esteem and how they feel about themselves.
Leanna Johnson, a mom of 3, says she knows all too well what it's like to sometimes not be able to keep up with her kids' needs all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm one of those parents. We get really busy
working our 40-hour weeks. Having this and having access to it in our school, in our community, is so important.
Which is why she, along with the more than 50 plus parents who signed their children up to get a haircut, were grateful for Tuesday's event.
I think my boys look great. They got different hair types, and I think that the stylist did really great.
And the smiles speak for themselves.
Aren't they cute? Not only did those youngsters get a fresh look, the students from Gateway Technical College got a great learning experience, so it's a win-win for everybody. Women in Milwaukee are inspiring other women to take on a job that many associate with men. Adriana Mendez spoke to a group of firefighters who say ladies can do anything.
In Station 13, pictured on the wall, you'll see the past firefighters who served here in the city of Milwaukee. Almost all of the pictures are of men, part of what is called the Bad Boys 13. But here on the wall, you'll also see the women who are changing the narrative in this male-dominated industry. Firefighter paramedic Maria Sharp has been with MFD for almost 9 years. It's a career that runs in the family.
Well, my dad was on the job. He actually worked for Milwaukee for almost 40 years. And growing up, I was always just so proud of him.
Maria says she knew she wanted to be a firefighter not only because of her family, but also to give back, and more recently to be a role model for her nieces and nephews.
They have no idea that being a firefighter or cop is like traditionally a male's job. You know, they have no clue, and that's awesome.
The Milwaukee Fire Department has 729 sworn members. Of that group, only 44 are women. However, the department is working on growing its diversity.
Strength in numbers, right? Like every year, our numbers for women grow on this department, and we're coming together and we're feeding off of each other, and it's empowering.
In 2020, we met a group of young women in the Milwaukee Fire Department cadet program.
Like, there's no reason for it to be male-dominated. We can all do it.
About 1/3 of the class were women at the time, which was an increase in recent years. Now, years later, the young ladies are out in the field working on the job.
All the hard days out here, it's finally paying off, so it's nice to see the other end of it.
The firefighters work for Station 26 and Station 8. They say being out in the field is a surreal dream, but now they are back where it all started for them, this time helping the next generation of women firefighters.
We used to struggle when we first started, so it's really nice to actually have the technique, have the experience, and then be able to give that to somebody else.
For me to see like women in this industry, it inspires me to keep working harder and to keep going for what I do, because if they could do it, I could do it, you know.
The ladies say it's all about support and building community.
So you find things that are inspiring in each of these women.
Each generation leans on one another, hoping to inspire other women to join their field, saying the department is stronger when diversity grows.
Our city is so diverse that our fire department should look exactly like how our city is.
And I think these ladies are inspiring other young ladies. If you would like more information about the Milwaukee Fire Cadet Program, we have a link. Just go to tmj4.com. Well, we did have some snow this week, and you might feel spring is nowhere in sight, but we want to stay positive. So we wanted to know, what are you most looking forward to about spring?
Flowers, seeing people.
To be free, to get outside, to be able to be at restaurants sitting outside all the time, and people filling up the streets.
Just getting outside more, you know, like enjoying the weather and doing all that other stuff like that.
Warm weather, flowers.
Looking forward to riding my bike.
Taking walks in the park. The warmer weather. I'm from Virginia, so I'm looking forward to going back home.
Probably golf or mountain bike.
Festivals. Is there any specific festival you're looking for? No, just any festivals.
Probably play outside with my friends, maybe basketball.
Flowers, the shorts, the sun.
Weather.
What do you mean by that?
Good weather.
Yeah.
That lasts.
All right.
Warm weather. No snow, no rain, warm weather.
We've been waiting for that warmer weather, and that is for sure. It feels like spring is really playing hide and seek with us, but I think it's going to come soon. If you'd like to share your thoughts with us, reach out to our Positively Milwaukee Facebook group, or just give us an idea of a question that you want us to ask next week. We'd love to hear from you. Well, as we all know, the Brewers won their home opener against the St. Louis Cardinals. Victory made it all sweeter because it was on Milwaukee Day. Now, if that's not enough reason to smile, you're going to love this video. Brewers fans started to fill up the parking lot at American Family Field at noon. They're all ready to tailgate and celebrate the return of baseball. Many people took the day off from work or school and had to brave some windy and chilly temperatures, all to root for the home team. And our sports fans are loyal. Love the racing sausages. Well, after a 2-year hiatus, the Brady Street Festival will return. It was canceled for 2 years because of the pandemic. Organizers say it's going to be held on July 30th this summer. You can catch 3 live stages of music featuring local bands, a lot of activities and vendors, and of course, wonderful food. And don't miss a screening of The Exchange in White America, King and Kakana 50 years later. It's today at 1:15. It's all part of the Milwaukee Film Festival. You might recall last week I had the chance to talk to Joanne Williams, who produced this documentary. Black and white students actually changed places back in 1966, and she revisited that. There's also a screening next Sunday at 3:15. All the information on location and everything, just go to tmj4.com. I'm going to be back. I'm going to have my quote of the week. Welcome back. The world will not be destroyed by those who do evil, but by those who watch them without doing anything. Our quote this week comes from Albert Einstein, perhaps one of the most influential physicists of all time. But Einstein was also a refugee. In 1933, Einstein discovered that the Nazi government had barred Jewish people from teaching at universities. Einstein was even listed as an enemy of the German regime, and a $5,000 bounty was placed on his head. Most of Einstein's colleagues said nothing. He knew that evil could spread far and wide when people, good people, did not work to stop it. And I hope you can keep that lesson close to your heart. When you see evil in the world, speak up and say something. We can all work to make our planet a better, safer place. And as always, stay positively Milwaukee.